Yeah. It's Snap. Woo. Who you thought it was? Yeah. It's me, nigga. Yeah. I'm representing for the A-Town. Snap stack chips like she living up Bellagio. I be in it laying on verandas or a bungalow. Catch me in Afghanistan till I with the Sunni. Catch me in Burundi with the tribe of Watusi. I be in...
Boom! Welcome back to a brand new episode of the Scott Free Podcast. I'm your host, L. Scott himself. I didn't time that word for fuck. I was trying to get it when the beat drop. I was gonna come in, but it didn't happen that way. Well, what's good, everybody? It's been a minute since I've been on. It's probably been about 2 weeks since I dropped the episode. To be honest with you, that wasn't anything I thought you guys wanted to hear or anything worth talking about, so I just didn't get on. I'm an emotional podcaster, so you can kiss my ass. But in today's episode, I actually just wanted to touch on something really simplistic. This morning I was working out in the gym. And when I work out, I don't listen to music. I listen to things like I catch up on politics, things like that stuff. So if I have to get on live stuff, I can prepare for work, things like this. I use that time to prepare. So a lot of times I may listen to politics, things like that. Well, this morning I was catching up on, I'm gonna call it Kamalagate, because everybody's talking about her and the stuff that she has going on at all times. And so this morning I was watching her. She had the town hall meeting with Anderson Cooper on CNN this morning. And also they talked about her meeting at the Black church in Atlanta with Pastor Jamal Bryant. They just basically, I was doing a recap of some of the things she's done this last week. And it sparked something in me that I figured this was worth talking about. And what it was that it sparked in me the thought of black entertainers and them selling us out to promote and to push a candidate that we all know ain't worth a damn for us. If you're new to America, neither political party is here for your benefit. Ask me, how do I know? The Republican and the Democratic Party doesn't give a damn about any one of us. I will tell you, because the proof is in the pudding. This democratic process has been going on my entire lifetime and years and years and years before me. In the process of that, you can't specifically put your finger probably on one thing that was tangibly done to help black people. And I don't mean what you had to force them to do. I don't mean the fact that you may had to twist their arm. I don't mean the fact of you got some crumbs off the table for somebody else's benefit. No. What I mean is that these people specifically targeted black people to do their bidding. We had to work for free. We had to work for low wages. We have been lynched. We have been murdered. We have been redlined. Blah, 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 blase, blase, blah. You've heard it all. So being that you were specifically had things done to you, then specifically you need tangible things for you. And what I've learned is that the Democratic Party has this thing that they came up with in the late 60s called the benign neglect policy. If you've never heard of benign neglect, it means that you will then address black people issues by telling them how much you care, but then in turn never do anything about it. Now, have you seen this? Now that I've said this, think about how many times you've watched Kamala get on in front of you, and if you're a black person, you've heard her say, okay, listen, okay, black people have been targeted, okay, specifically, okay. But you notice at the end of that, she never specifically or tangibly tell you what she's going to do to rectify the things that have been affecting our community. You know, you're not going to get that. That's called benign neglect. And that's what we've had to deal with for the last at least 60 some odd years plus, since the 60s. So for today's episode, like I said, I wanted to discuss these entertainers and people with name recognition that basically cape for her, Obama, Trump, or any of them. This is not a Democratic thing. This is for anyone who will openly support someone and tell you that you should support them without... What I'm trying to say is this. We have to now start getting on the necks of these people who basically tell us with their celebrity that we need to go out and vote for these people. They are preying on the weak and dumb I won't say dumb. They're preying on the weak and the ignorant group of a bunch of our group. The ignorant part, meaning the part of people who do not pay attention to political situations, talking about the black people who don't engage themselves on day to day what's actually happening in this world. The ones that will vote but will not pay attention to politics. The ones that get their sticker every 4 years but will not engage themselves on year 1, 2, 3, and 4 of the political party process when they actually get into office. I'm talking to those people. Those are the people that they are targeting with the Jamal Bryants, with the Steve Harveys, with the D.L. Hugleys, the people, the Plies, the Charlemagnes, the Angela Rye's, the Roland Martins, the people who have Kerry Washington, the Barack Obamas. The list is going to go on and on. The Ushers. That goes on and on and on and on and on of all these people who have basically said, hey, I have openly supported a candidate. Now, what I say to that is that when you openly support a woman who told you she wasn't going to specifically do anything for black people, then you are now an enemy to black society. I do not give a fuck if you are black yourself. What I mean is, I heard Steve Harvey the other day sit on his podcast. Now, it was a totally unrelated subject, but he was on there angry at other comedians for getting on podcasts and talking about each other. And basically letting you know that he has 9 million people strong every day to listen to his podcast. He could ride out on you if he wanted to with his crew. And I just think that's disrespectful to those 9 million people, because you can speak up for Kamala Harris. You can speak up on your own behalf. But a person like Monique, who stood up here and said, I will put my career on the line for black people. And I just want you all to support me like I support you. You basically told her she was wrong for her approach to things, and didn't help. And whether you realize it or not, you helped to tear her down. For D.L. Hughley to basically have a flat out argument with Monique about things, about stuff that he hates and about her character. And he's done some of the most egregious things to his own family. These are not nice people. Jamal Bryant stood in front of our faces, Pastor Jamal Bryant, and told us that black men need to do better when it comes to black women, and that we need to support that lady. This is from a man who has had multiple situations where he's been caught sleeping around on his wife. You can miss me and kiss my ass. So to this, what I'm trying to say is, I'm going to take the words from the illustrious comedian Jeff Brown, who said, when a black person or anyone shows themselves to be an enemy to our society, we too now need to remove ourselves from supporting those people for the next 100 years. Why 100 years? Because that is a lifetime. So that means that right now, I no longer openly support Usher. I no longer openly support Steve Harvey, D.L. Hughley, Kerry Washington, anyone, and I'm naming these people because these are the ones that come to my head first, but I am basically speaking to anyone and everyone that has openly supported this woman when we know that the destruction that we have been suffering due to these immigration policies these last 3 years are critical. And so with that being said, she has not addressed that. She won't even speak to what she's done wrong here, meaning that she's going to continue. That means she's going to continue doing what she's doing already. So since she's going to continue to try to harm our group, anyone that supports her is an open enemy to us. That is now what we need to look at and how we need to look at things. So I understand you. I understand you like Usher. I love Usher's music. Dude, love it to death. I've listened to The Breakfast Club. I thought I did stand-up comedy for 10 years myself. I am a huge fan of D.L. Hughley's when it came to stand-up comedy, but I can no longer support him in anything that he do. So I say to all of these people, as a staff, record label, and as an MFN crew, you are no longer supported by people like myself. I too employ everyone else to jump on the bandwagon with me and basically do the exact same thing. Let these people hang to dry, because they have left us out here to dry. And I'll go a little deeper before I get out of here, and I'll say why I feel this way is because anyone who has an has openly done policy that can harm our community and won't even take the time to address it, doesn't even feel the need to even tell you sorry, doesn't even feel the need to address it in any manner, how she's going to fix any of that, and then basically told you, I'm not going to specifically do anything for your group, but she has for East Indian. She has for LGBT. She has for other white people. She has basically stomped and campaigned for a Stop Asian Hate campaign, where they had a hate crime bill. She stomped for all these things. That means she can't stop for you too, black people. What I need you to understand is that I understand when a person like Steve Harvey will tell you they can't talk in that manner because you know the way the world works. Then that tells me that we are being treated a certain way. If that entertainer is speaking to you directly and can say out his mouth that you know what it is, then that means that we're all doing something correct when we say we no longer support these people. Because we don't want to live in a world where there's two Americas. We want the same America. We want the same rules that applies to white society to apply to our group as well. That is what we want. That is what we require. And that is what we're demanding moving forward. As a black American, as a foundational black American myself, I will stand on that business with everyone who stands on that business with me. If these people will not stand on business with us, they're no longer part of our lineage, our group, or anything else. So again, in the words of Tupac, as a staff, record label, and as a motherfucking crew, fuck you and fuck them too. I'm out. Peace.
Whoa. Before you leave this podcast and go somewhere else, did you hit the notification bell? Because if you didn't, please do so now. And I'm talking to the people who've already subscribed. But if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do that as well. Hit the like button, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.